We usually do this one in with conversions, but it comes back in geometry and it comes back so many times. I want to introduce it now and talk about going from decimal feet or decimal inches to fractional feet and inches. So that's like 5 foot, 5 3/4 inches, that kind of thing. And going back. And the only background knowledge you really need here is to understand that there are 12 inches in a foot, which means an inch is 1/12 of a foot. So an inch is a fraction, right? 5 1/12 is 5 foot 1 inch. And often we see these reported, like I said, with feet, inches, fractions of an inch. And we need to be able to change that into decimal feet or decimal inches, depending what I'm asking. And we also need to be able to go the other way and come back just in case. I've included a flow chart for this on Brightspace if you want to use it to get used to it, but it's the same thing every time. So if I have feet, inches, fractions of an inch, and I want to make decimal feet, I have to convert from the smallest to the biggest one at a time. So first, I'm going to take my 3/4 of an inch and make it a decimal inch. So I'm not making decimal feet right now, I'm making decimal inches. So just like we were doing before, 3 divided by 4 is 0.75, which means when I smash it together with that 10, I know I have 5 feet, 10.75 inches. Now, the other thing I need to remember is what I just told you, that this is the same as having 5 feet and 10.75 over 12. I guess that would be feet over here, because those inches are 12ths, right? So when I want to convert inches to feet, I'm going to take that whole 10.75 inches and divide it by 12 to make 0.8958 feet. That means I have 5 feet, and now I have another part, a fractional part, that is turned into 0.8958 feet. And when I put them together, I get decimal feet, 5.8958. The danger is always in what I'm asking for. So if I want to convert to decimal inches instead of decimal feet, I'm still going to start the same way. I'm going to take the 10 3/4 inches and divide 3 by 4 to make 10.75 inches. But this time I have inches and feet, and I want inches and inches. So I take the 5 feet, and I know that if there are 12 inches per feet, I need to do 12 times 5 to get 5 feet worth of inches equals 60. And the same way I was kind of smashing things together before, now it's a little more polite to use a plus sign in between. I'm going to take the 60 inches that were in the 5 feet, add them to the 10 3/4, which I'm expressing as 10.75, and get 70.75 inches. Going the other way is a little more weird. So we're going to take either decimal inches or decimal feet, and generally we're converting to feet, inches, fraction of an inch. How much of a fraction of an inch? Whatever your teacher asks for. Generally in the trades we go to the 16ths, maybe you go to 32nds or 8ths, but usually I'll be asking you to the closest 16ths of an inch. So first step first, you need to be in decimal feet. So I'm taking the number 58.235 inches. So I'm not in decimal feet, I'm in decimal inches. To change decimal feet, I just divide by 12. No fancy parts to this. And that's going to give me my decimal feet, 4.853. Okay, so I know I have 4 feet, and I know I have 0.853 feet. The 4 feet is good for my final answer. This is a problem. If I want to change that into inches, it's feet right now. How do you change feet to inches? 0.853 times 12, which is going to give me that 10.236 inches. Great. So now I know I have 4 feet, sorry, I'll go over here, 4 feet and 10.236 inches. But I don't want any decimals. I want sixteenths. I want 4 foot, 10 inches, and something over 16 fractions of an inch. Okay, well, it depends on what you're making. I'm making sixteenths here. So I'm going to leave the 10 alone. That's already a whole. And I'm going to take that 0.236, where I'm going to do this, and I'm going to multiply it by 16 to make sixteenths. And that takes me right up to 3.78. Remember, we don't mix, so we round to the closest whole number. So we have 4 foot, 10 and 4/16 inches, but 4 over 16 can be reduced. So our conversion will be 4 foot, 10 1/4 inches. It will come with practice. So here we go. Very careful, knowing what you are starting with. 1 tick equals feet. 2 ticks equals inches. Oh, my pen is very wonky, so hopefully that gets better. Looking at number 1, I already have, it's all feet, so I know I have 2 feet. And I know I have a decimal portion, 0.324 feet, that I want in inches and sixteenths of an inch. So I'm going to take the 0.324 and I'm going to multiply it by 12 to make inches. And that should give me 3.888 inches. So now I have 2 feet, 3 inches, and this other decimal piece, 0.888 inches, which I want to make into sixteenths. So I'm going to multiply that by 16, and that's going to give me 14.208 sixteenths of an inch. So now for number 1, I'm at 2 feet, 3 inches, and 14/16, rounding to the closest whole number. Recognizing that 14 over 16 is the same as 7 over 8, final answer, 2 feet, 3 and 7/8. If I go back the other way, I'll get an answer that is close to 2.324 feet, but it won't be exact. How come? Because I did some rounding on the way. Number 2 is a bit tricky because they're starting us off in inches. So the first thing I want to do is make feet, decimal feet. So all I have to do is divide by 12 to create feet from inches. It gets so confusing when we're doing all this other stuff. And I'm going to get 2.909 feet. So not that different than our other things. So we know that we have 2 feet and 0.909 feet, which you are going to multiply by 12 to make inches. So I'm going back and forth. There are faster ways to do this. I don't know why. I'm trying for consistency here. And we get 10.908-ish inches. Okay. So now we know we have 2 feet, 10 inches, and 0.908 inches. We are going to convert the 0.908 to sixteenths by multiplying it by 16th, and we will get 2 feet, 10, and now we get to put it as a fraction because we converted it, and I think I got around, what did I get? 14.528. There's been some rounding in play, inches, which you round to the closest whole number, 2 feet, 10, and 15/16. And I'll leave 3 and 4 to take up at the start of our next class.